fabulous felines. Did you miss me? You know I missed you too. You thought you had the biggest, baddest, most extravagant, flamboyant wedding ever, right? Take a look at this. Lebanese weddings, Lebanese weddings, Lebanese weddings. How many times did I call you? How many times did I call you? Anyway, congrats to the happy couple. Congrats. Let's give them a round of applause. Congrats. I love weddings where they want to make it look unique and, out of this world experience and the extravagance and flamboyant. I love it. I love it. I'm all for it. I'm all for those kinds of weddings. I really celebrate when I see couples that are doing things, in a unique way for their special day. If you can afford it, go ahead, do it. However, 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 because when money is concerned for young couples, they really have to exercise um, a lot of um, caution. Even if you have it in excess, the groom may have it, or the bride may have it, or the groom's family may have it, or the bride's family may have it. It's not usually, or both families may have equal amount of resources to invest in such an extravagant wedding, which is okay. It's good. It's fine. However, a lot of couples, we're in the era of social media where everybody wants to like outdo the next person. Sadly, it's not everyone that can afford to have such a flamboyant wedding. Not everyone that can have the largest cake. I remember seeing a Lebanese wedding by a former governor of one of the states in Nigeria, when his daughter had her wedding also in Lebanon, and I was like, wow, the cake was like a story building. It was amazing. It was really amazing. I was like, "Ha, this is like the largest cake I've seen." But with this video right now, this video obviously is the largest cake I've seen so far, where the couple can even come and stand inside the cake. I mean, that's crazy. That's really, really crazy. So, um, not all couples, okay, or couples families can afford to do these kinds of weddings. But like I said, we're in the era of where we want to outdo each other. This one want to outdo the next person want to outdo the next person, so that they'll be trending on social media. I'm not saying that that's the case with this couple. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that in a lot of cases, and in those cases, we find out that these marriages after the weddings crumble over time, or crumble not shortly after, because they've ended up spending so much money on the occasion itself. They just never bothered, planning out their financial life after the wedding. Because a lot of couples, especially here in Nigeria, also in other countries as well, as I hear, a lot of people are so much, they're so much, carried away by that big day, that they don't think that after that big day, your life goes back to normal. Okay, your life goes back to normal. And if you don't plan your life after the wedding day, you don't plan where you're going to stay, you don't plan how much you're going to spend on accommodation, how much you're going to spend on feeding, who spends what, where, and how, because you have to really fashion out who is spending what, where, and how. All right. When kids come, what have you set aside for the kids? What of their education, their healthcare, their welfare, all these things, or if emergencies come up, who takes care of that? Sometimes the man may have the funds at that time, the woman may not have the funds. Sometimes the woman may have the funds at that time, so the man will not have the funds. So these are things that couples are tending to put in the back burner for that big day. Okay, and that's not good. That's not good at all. That's not healthy for your future. That's not healthy for your marriage at all. So you really, really have to, consider these things. You really have to consider these things. Are you with me? You have to consider these things before you go spending that huge amount of money, or pressuring whoever is sponsoring your wedding. Because we're in a society where people decide to sponsor a wedding, and maybe the parents of the groom decide to sponsor the wedding, or the bride of the groom decides to sponsor the wedding. Usually in our culture here in Nigeria, it's usually the groom and his family that sponsor most of the wedding ceremonies. We usually have three types of wedding ceremonies in Nigeria. We have the court wedding, the white wedding, and traditional wedding. So it's usually the groom's family that finances most of the expenses on those weddings. So it's very, very important, young couples, don't get carried away by social media. Oh, this person did this, I want to outdo. Don't get carried away. That's why it's not reality, it's just a highlight. Okay, that's not reality, that's just a highlight. And some may afford it, most can't. So I really had to show that video because I see a lot of people who are not in that tax bracket, if I may use that language, wanting to have that kind of, so that people will to be the talk of the town. Yeah, it's good to have your ego massage. Everybody has an ego. We all have an ego. We all like it massage. Some egos are bigger than others. Okay, yeah, some egos are bigger than others. However, it's always good to do it within the parameters of reality. It's always good to do within the parameters of reality. So that is just what I want to say about this matter. Okay, it's always good to do within the parameters of reality. Be realistic when you are doing these things, so that you don't throw away a good thing. Okay, because the reports have it that 50% of divorces are caused by financial challenges. Okay, there's a lot of financial challenges, and these couples can't, due to maybe the way they expend money, you know, before, usually at the wedding. Okay, usually at the wedding, they spend so much. I think I've earlier stressed this. So it's so important. Finances are important. Let's not underestimate it in marriages. Finances are so important. We can't underestimate it. We can't brush it under the carpet. We can't say, oh no, it's not important. Whereas we move along as we go. We move along as we go. I've had some cases whereby I've seen where couples spent, a whole lot of money on a wedding, and by the time they got home, the guy couldn't even afford to even feed his wife. Yeah, I've seen it. The guy couldn't afford to even buy his wife food to eat. The wife had to be calling her own relatives to be sending money or sending forth foodstuffs to her matrimonial home. This lady has no other means of income. She's solely dependent on her husband, and her husband just didn't see the need to pull his weight outside the wedding day. As ridiculous as it sounds, this is real. This is happening. It's happening. A lot of people are experiencing this. Okay, a lot of people are experiencing this. So men, please, you have to be financially responsible. You have to be financially responsible. I don't want my video to go, you know, to look as if we are man hating. No, we're not man hating. But I want men to understand their position. Okay, I want men to understand their position in life. You just don't, you know you don't just throw away you don't just set aside your financial responsibilities thinking, oh, the woman is going to sort it out. She's going to think about where the next meal is coming from. I've gotten married, that's what she wanted, or my people were disturbing me for marriage, I didn't even want it, all that. That's not her business. Doesn't want to know. You agreed to do it, so you must, as you agreed to do the wedding, you also agree to take whatever responsibilities that come along with the wedding, with the marriage, I mean, with the marriage. So wedding is not marriage. Marriage is how the two of you live your life. So don't shift it to the back burner. Okay? Don't shift it to the back burner. Don't shift it for her to do. Don't shift it for your family members to do. It's time for you to tighten up your trousers and do what you need to do. Okay? So wedding is just one day. It's just one day. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't think like that, but I want all of you to all think like that. Wedding is just one day. After that one day, we are back to reality. How do we make this a success? How do we make both of us living together as husband and wife a success? That is what is most important. Not how big your wedding is, not how flamboyant your wedding is, not how much money you spend, no, not the dignitaries that came. Okay, there was a very famous wedding that happened not long ago. Oh, all the dignitaries, the hall was filled like over 2,000 people. It was really, really crazy. So that's not what is important. It's not about being the talk of the town. It's not about living your life for social media. Please, enough is enough of living your life for social media, because social media is not real life. I will say that again. Social media is not real life. So I wish everybody who's gotten married or is getting married this 2022 a happy married life. Plan your finances very well. I know there's going to be a lot of weddings happening this December. Plan your weddings very well. Stay safe, and may God continue to grant you the wisdom to plan your marriage after your wedding day successfully and crisis free. Amen. So Until next time, don't forget to like, share this video to all those couples out there who are about getting married or who are married and are complaining about how much money they spend. Share to all intending couples. Share, oh, share. Don't forget to share to them. Like this video and subscribe, okay? Like this video and subscribe, all right? Until next time, remain blessed. Bye.